The R.A.D. Live podcast is intended for mature audiences and contains explicit language. Listener discretion is advised.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome to this week's edition of the R.A.D. Live podcast, Random Ass Discussion. I am your host, TFG, the Flaming Grill, as we figured out last episode. Joining me this week, we have the lost one himself, Adam Cox.
How we doing?
And the returning Scottish one, Xander McNichol.
How do you do?
We've been pretty good. Well, I think first we need to ask the person that's been away the longest how you've been and what you've been up to.
Fine, and not much, to be really honest.
How cold is it at the moment up there?
Me and Paul were discussing, it's -5 at the moment, but there's no wind, so it's just -5.
Yeah, it's the same. Similar here at the minute. I think we're on -1, -2, roughly. We've got a sea mist. So, well, last time I looked, it wasn't. That's what it said.
According to my phone, it's saying it's 0, but it's because of wind chill. It's about -4.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It is pretty fucking nasty. But saying that, we can't really complain considering in America what it's like at the minute. So,
well,
-32.
Yeah.
All the water bodies and that, the big ones are frozen solid and they support my weight, which is not insequential.
Yeah. You're about the same weight as me, so yeah, that's substantial.
I was jumping up and down in a fucking 6-foot puddle that's about 3 foot deep yesterday, and it's even colder today. So the ice is about 1.5 inches thick.
Was Claire filming it? Because it could have got 250 quid there.
No, she wasn't, gladly.
So it's only 150 now.
Oh, is it cheap bastards?
They dropped it years ago for You Being Framed.
Because no cunt watches it anymore.
This is it. It's on ITV2, isn't it?
Well, anything
with Harry Hill is fucking painful anyway.
Well, when it was the original, was it Jeremy Beadle did it?
Yeah, it was Beadle, yeah.
When it was him, it was 250 quid, and then when Thingy off Emmerdale took over, they dropped it to 150.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Lisa Riley.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, that was years ago.
Yeah, that's how long it's been, 150 quid.
Jeez. Cheap bastards.
It's so fucking shit, though. It really is. It's so fake.
Yeah,
either that or they drag up the old clips from like the early 90s and that pish that's been, filmed on the old cameras that still got the time code on them.
Yeah, you're looking at the video and it's the kid there with a Man United shirt with Peter Schmeichel on the back. Yeah, you know it's a repeat.
It was big white goalie gloves.
You got a Man United shirt with Sharp on the front.
The thing is, it's probably not a repeat. It's probably stuff that they've got back in their fucking backlogs and people have forgotten about it. So it's just like, we could put this on telly.
And
they're never going to know.
Yeah, no fucker watches this shit no more anyway. They're never going to notice.
Well, funnily enough, I got some video of my brother when he did gravy wrestling.
Yes.
And I put it up on YouTube, and I got an email through from this company called News. It's like a website called Newsflare, where basically they want you to upload your footage onto their site, and then they can use like news outlets and TV companies will buy it off the site, and then you get a cut of the profit.
Yeah.
So I've got one recently, it was like beginning of January, early January, I think it was, and I got an email through saying, so someone's bought your video, and they bought it for like £23. I got like 11 quid off it because it's like 50-50.
That's nice.
I was like, that's tonight's drinks paid for.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fucking beer money, isn't it?
Yeah.
I have to remember that.
Yeah, and it'll cost £10 to withdraw it.
Actually, it goes straight into PayPal. So.
Oh, lucky then.
Talking about lucky windfalls, I got one the other day. I just woke up one day and I got my phone gave me a notification. Ladbrokes had given me £5 on the free reel, on the reels, on the online betting. But do you know what? I'll give it a go, see what happens. And in the end, I ended up winning 25 quid. I thought, this will never pay out. So I stopped, obviously, because I'm not a fucking an idiot. And I stopped playing. I just withdrew the money. And next thing you know, it's in my PayPal. 25 quid from Nout.
That's all right.
Yeah, I was like, fucking bonus. So, 25 quid for basically waking up, pressing a button 4 times, and then chicken shitting the shit out of there.
Fuck, I don't win anything. That's clear. She goes to the shop and fucking scratches a scratch card. Oh, look, I won 100 quid. It's like, fuck off.
To be fair, it's been a while since I've done that. I mean, I've had hackers before. The other week, I had a football accumulator on, and I was waiting on Salford United to score 1 goal, and they let me down for 500 quid. It's fucking fuming.
I've had it where I've had like because I do the lottery every week anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like I did it one week and I've got an email for it like, you've won a lucky dip for like the Wednesday because I play Saturdays.
Yeah.
And then the Wednesday one came through and it's like, you've won a lucky dip for Saturday. And then on the Saturday I won like 25 quid off it.
Nice.
So it's like lucky dip, cash prize. But then
take it.
I've done it before where it's like, you've won a lucky dip, and then it's gone, you've won a lucky dip, and then nothing.
Yeah. Oh, well, at least you got another try for free.
So,
that's it, yeah. I don't tend to get much luck when it comes to shit like that, especially when it comes to cash. So, yeah, I mean, I've had Xander will remember this when I had an hacker up, and it was like nearly $3,500 that I could have won, and it was one of your Scottish teams that fucking let me down, Queen's Park.
That's what you get for betting on football.
That's what I get for betting on Scottish football.
That's what you get for betting.
Well, I don't do it very often. I mean, overall, because I had a big win a few years ago, I'd say actually going through the online betting and what have you, I'm probably up by around about 200 quid. So I got an overall profit, but I don't do it very often. I do it like possibly at most probably once a month. So, but that's just like I say, football accumulator. I don't go out and go to fucking bookies and like spend all my money like some people do.
Chaz.
Yeah, that's one of them. Especially in Blackpool when they go to Coral Island, which was glorious, by the way, because I went to the because I can get into sort of what I've been up to since the last pod. I mean, I've got a record. Like I say, I got engaged last year. We've actually put a date in. I'm obviously not going to say the date yet because it's not 100% finalised, but we've set like a provisional date for in October. So it's all good. But on the way, as I say, we went to the registrar for that because we were going to record this yesterday, but I had shit to do yesterday, unfortunately, and that was one of the jobs I had to do. And on my way back, I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to nip through Coral Island because it's fucking freezing. It's snowing. I'm going to go through Coral Island as a shortcut. And it was fucking glorious. There was a fucking soul in there.
Yeah, I've done that. I've finished work and I'm like, all right, it's cold. I'm going to walk through Coral Island.
Yeah.
That's how I'm walking through. Is it even open?
This is it. So I just thought, you know what? I'm going to nip in. I'm going to go. I thought, I'll walk through. Do you know what? The new Daytona USA's over there. Let's give it a go. So I went and played Daytona USA Championship Edition.
Daytona 2 is still best. Especially
Daytona 2 at the Daytona 2 was amazing because it had the tilting machine, didn't it? We went around the corner and it tilted. I remember that because they had one in the Fun Palace down in Blackpool, and they also had one at North Pier.
Daytona and Daytona 2's graphics engines were built by IBM in conjunction with NASA. So they were so far ahead of their time. And it wasn't until Xbox 360 came out, and they had the Daytona HD remaster.
They did, which was amazing.
that was the only time the original Daytona USA has been closest to the arcades, and the second one still hasn't come out in anything else.
No, it hasn't, which is a shame. Because I've got Daytona USA 2 version 2001 on the Dreamcast, and I think that's considered the ultimate version of Daytona. But I don't know. Since I played Daytona Championship Edition yesterday, I was like, oh, this is good. I mean, I didn't do it the pansy way like I used to with automatic. I actually went full, balls deep manual gears.
Good lad.
And it was fucking ace, because you can't power slide properly with just the brake. You need the gears to slide.
Yep.
So that's what I did, and I enjoyed it. It was good. And they've got the official racetrack on there now. It's not just like like they have their own version of Daytona.
Yeah.
They actually have the Daytona racetrack on there now.
Well, the board for the arcade was so far ahead of its time that they only caught up with the graphics technology for Daytona 2 around PlayStation 3 era.
Nice. Problem is, though, there's not as many people that have like nostalgic memories for Daytona 2. There's only hardcore fans of racing games like me and you that know that Daytona USA existed in a way, and it was actually, really, really, really good. So it's probably why there's not been a home release for it, if I'm honest. I mean, you've had subpar games. I'm not saying the crap games are not as good as Daytona. Things like Sega Touring Cars, that came out. That had home releases. Things like that.
If you watch an HD video of Daytona 2 running, and then compare that to a PS4 game like GT Sport, you'd be blown away just for how old Daytona 2 is, Well,
this is it. I remember playing it the year 2000.
It's nuts.
Yeah, it's ridiculous how old that game is. Yet it was well ahead of its time, and it was just fun. But that being said, I'm still the type of person that goes into an arcade and goes, "Oh, look, exhaust note." You know what I mean? It's one of those. I prefer going for the older shit. I really do. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. Been getting dates finalised. I've been doing bits and bobs. I've been tinkering with the PlayStation Classic to get it back working again because it clunked on me. Well, the memory card clunked on me because I was in the middle of playing a season mode. If Coxy remembers.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I was winding people up with the amount of posts I was putting on a special group chat, but I know you and Bunkle seem to be enjoying it, so...
I felt like I was 12, 13 again.
Oh, yeah.
I was around that age when SmackDown 2 came out, so...
This is
it was one of them. Yeah, it's... The real question is for October's, like, Xander, will you be there?
Yeah, why?
No, I'm just checking.
Yeah. Oh, Xander's it. Xander's already committed. He's going to be there. He's on the list. He's on the ceremony list. That's how much he's there. He's on the ceremony list.
We'll have to drag him around some of the local establishments.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Might try and convince you to come down for the World's End, maybe. Because we had a minor discussion, didn't we, Coxy, about what you were planning, but nothing concrete.
No, I'll talk to you about that near the time, but I've a few ideas stirring, but we'll arrange some things.
Yeah, the World's End that Coxy and what have you and his mates have organised are fucking legendary. I've only ever done one, and I'd imagine you'd do quite well, Xander, if I'm brutally honest.
To be brutally honest, yeah, probably, mate. I'd probably be all right at the end of it.
Yeah, you'd be fine. We was poorly. I was very poorly.
I wasn't too bad, and I did the Santa yesterday after on the last one. I'll have you know.
I was dead. I was like mortal, absolutely fucking mortal. I couldn't move. It was just like movement hurts. Movement really hurts. So I wanted to get up and walk. I was getting ready to go, and it was like, no, bail.
Fucking 20 whiskies. Yeah, you're fine with that.
Oh no, that's against the rules.
What, a pint? A pint's easier.
Yeah, you got to do pints.
That's fucking easier.
You can do a whiskey chaser if you want.
Fucking a pint.
There'll be that Xander with a shot at a pint going, come on, let's go.
Yeah, that's it. Come on. Woo.
Just shot in the pint, yeah. Jesus Christ. Right, off to Revs. Oh, fucking hell. Me and my partner had a night out. First one in like fucking years. And we went to Revs in Blackpool. Oh my fucking God. We had one and walked out. It was fucking horrible.
It's not great in Revs. I'm not a fan.
Not great. I had a Jack Daniels and Coke, and it may as well have been Jack Daniels and fizzy water.
Sure, it was Jack Daniels.
Well, I saw the bottle. I don't know what was in it. It was fucking horrible. There was a better drink in the fucking. We went bowling afterwards. There was a better drink in there.
Yeah, because people actually want to, drink something decent while they're bowling. Whereas when they go to a pub, they just don't care.
You did get her in the brew room as well, though, mate.
We did, yeah. I managed to convince her to go to the brew room. She had she had 2 drinks in there actually. Yeah. She had a shaker maker.
Yeah.
Which is a fruit cider, which is I don't know what's happening with my memory today, but I'm forgetting names. Xander, there you go. You'll know my lack of tolerance for cider. I've mentioned it many a time. I like a cider. It's a fruit cider, and it's literally the only one that I like. It's Shaker Maker in the brewery, but it's not one of their home brews, is it? It's one that they bring in, isn't it?
It's a craft side of the import in, but it's dark fruits but slightly sweeter. There's no sort of sour, bittery aftertaste.
It's dangerous. It actually reminds me of Vimto. Really dangerous. It's like pop. So I had one of those in 1887 after that, which is house lager, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really, really nice. It's also the cheapest thing in the bar, I think, isn't it?
I think so. And then you get a Beer Buddy card, it's even cheaper.
Yeah. £10 and that's it. So I'm contemplating that. But she ended up having a pink gin and lemonade as well in there with all the bits and bobs in it. So, so she said it wasn't for her. She says it's nice, but it's not her setting. Yeah. Well, it's like it's fucking mine. It feels like town, but it doesn't feel like town as well.
If you wanted like somewhere to go for a spirit, I'd have gone Hogarth's over Revolution.
Yeah, we're just hanging around because we were thinking about going bowling, and then we went in to get the bowling and realised we had an hour and a half wait. So I thought we don't want to go too far. But saying that, Hogarth's isn't exactly a fucking marathon away, is it? So
2-minute walk.
Exactly. So I don't know why we didn't end up in there, but I did try and convince because she's into a gin at the minute, especially pink gin. And yeah, I don't know why we didn't go in. We should have done.
I seen a really, really nice gin at my local farm shop the other day.
By the way, you're lying because there's no such thing as a nice gin.
Yes, it is. It was a gin mix. And it was mixed with single malt whiskey.
Oh God, that's definitely a product of Scotland. Jesus Christ.
See, nice gin.
Yeah, not for me.
No
way.
Yeah, poof.
No way. So yeah. So we had a night out for the first time in God knows how fucking long, apart from when we've been out. Well, me and the missus anyway. So it was nice. Yeah, Coxy, what have you been up to, mate?
I saw Frank Turner on Friday.
Yes, you did.
I was meant to be seeing Aussie this coming Sunday, but that's been postponed until further notice.
Oh God, wow. Any reason why?
It's down with that really bad case of flu and pneumonia or something.
To be fair, you wouldn't want him going all aboard. Really, dear. So.
Yeah. So that's apparently looking at setting that's going possibly back to September.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Look at him. To be fair, he's knocking on in age, isn't he? And anything, Augusta Win could fucking fell him at the minute. So.
Well, I say he's in your 70s now.
Exactly.
But Monday, I once again started back training at the PCW Academy.
Yes, he's going to be a wrestler again.
For one night.
For one night only. I'm telling you now, it's not going to be one night, is it? It's going to be I'm going to ease my way back in. He's going to be the next PCO. He's going to get a career renaissance, isn't he? Now he's going to be the British PCO. He's going to be wrestling until his 50s.
Not unless he comes up with a Ric Flair slogan. Woo!
With a tear in my eye.
When I die, I'm either going in here or on a woman. I don't care which, but I'll go either way.
You know for a fact he wants to die in the middle of a wrestling ring fucking somebody. You do know that, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, probably snorting a line of cocaine while he's doing it.
Epic.
Probably off her arse.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
But I've got something absolutely batshit crazy in mind too.
Oh, so, for your match?
Yeah. And I was chatting to one of the trainers last night who I sort of, if you saw the first one, you'll know who I took on.
Yes.
And I sort of said to them last night, I was like, I'm back for redemption. And I said, I've got something batshit crazy planned. I told them what it was, and they're like, they said, yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm down with that. It's like, that's sweet.
Yeah, don't tell me, because I will be there. It's just a case of, it's going to be interesting.
Well, if anything, it's going to get people talking.
Yeah, this is what I mean. I want to see this in person. It's going to be. Are you going to be doing like Shane McMahon and doing a fucking shooting star press?
Oh God, no.
Oh, that'd be. Do you watch the lights? You just bring the lights down with you.
Probably. I'll end up hanging on, and you'll just see the full thing come down.
That's the thing in that venue where they're doing it. I mean, you could literally do a Northern Lights suplex. You can literally do a Northern Lights super. You'll suplex someone and you will kick every single light down. Jesus Christ! I mean, I've seen Juventud Guerrera headbutt the lights in there.
Oof.
You know, he did a diving headbutt and hit the fucking the ones that spin round, the big grey ones.
Yeah.
He fucking headbutted one of them on the way down. So yeah, that wasn't fun. And we've seen many a suplex where they've kicked the lights on the way down.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the most popular chants in there is "Mind the Lights." So, it's a bit low in the ceiling, let's just say that. So, it's the only place you can literally do a Northern Lights suplex. But, looking forward to that. White Collar 2. White Collar, no, it's 5, isn't it?
4.
White Collar 4. So, they still not used Barcade. I think they should still use that. They need that name.
Well, Barcade's the end of the year, so this one's like...
Oh, yeah.
But it falls on WrestleMania weekend this time, so...
Oh, God, what can we call it? I don't know. Any suggestions, listeners? Let us know. It's got to be alcohol related. So Coxy's becoming a wrestler. I'm getting married. Xander's being Scottish. So on that note, obviously because we're all northern, we'll start off with a really random topic that I found. Some etiquette expert. I use the word expert in air quotations. Has apparently ended the debate as to what you call your meals in the day. Now, apparently, the order for your meals in the day is supposed to be breakfast. We can all agree on that. That's fine. Breakfast. Lunch and dinner. That's apparently the official term. Tea is a small meal between lunch and dinner, apparently. What are your thoughts on this?
Wrong.
Absolutely fucking wrong.
I am always having this fucking argument with Darren. Always. Not your Darren, my Darren up here.
Oh, he's not our Darren anymore. He's not our Darren anymore. He's officially retired from podcasting. So, like I said, did you not listen to the tribute that we gave to him on the last episode?
No, because he was in it.
He wasn't in the last episode.
Oh, you said Darren. That's enough. There you go.
Fucking hell, man.
It is fucking breakfast, lunch and dinner are the same fucking thing.
Yeah, agreed.
Because it's a fucking dinner lady. Everyone grew up with dinner ladies at fucking school.
There you go. There's your evidence right there. It was dinner lady. You're a lunch lady.
And fucking it's tea or supper, depending on which region you're from, is your evening meal.
Yeah.
It's not fucking complicated. Why did it get so complicated?
Because people want inputs. They have opinions which are not opinions.
No, they're becoming too Americanized.
Yeah.
Because Americans call their evening meal dinner. Oh, we're going out for dinner this evening. But they're fucking on about going out for dinner at like 9, 10 o'clock at night.
This is it. We always say we're going out for tea.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to go out for tea? Have a chip, ma'am.
Well, it's like when I'm at work though, and it's like lunch. They go, do you want to go and get your dinner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's dinner time.
But then, if we've done, like if I'm at home or whatever, it's like, oh, it's, we're having tea about 7 o'clock.
Yeah. Tea is your last main meal of the day. Doesn't matter when it is. It's your last main meal of the day. Whether you have your tea at 5 or 8 o'clock, it's still tea time.
Yeah.
When they're talking about tea as a small meal between lunch and dinner, no, it's a brew with a Twix.
That's an afternoon tea.
Yeah.
That's different.
Afternoon tea, and then if you're a fat shit, you have evening tea.
Or as my granny always called it, a fly cuppa.
Yeah.
It's fly time. You know?
This is it. Everyone has, like they say, their own little thing, but tea has always been, for us, tea is the evening meal. Now, I can understand that this is the etiquette, and this is exactly how it is everywhere in the world. No, it's not. It's not.
I've got a mate that's just south of London, and he's the same as us.
Yeah.
And he says it seems to be this kind of Middle England thing. That it's all turning into dinner.
It's because lunch sounds more posh than dinner. Yeah, that's what I think. It's more of a northern thing. Everyone seems to think the more north you go, the more common you are.
But Darren's from Falkirk, so fuck only knows where he gets that from.
Falkirk. I've never been Falkirk, but it's...
And my mum started saying it, and she keeps getting bitched at, and I.
It's fucking tea.
Fucking, she's turning too much into a Ouija.
You'll have to explain what a Ouija is.
Someone around Glasgow. A Glaswegian.
Ah. Right.
Ouijas are their own breed in Scotland.
Oh, so they're the outcasts.
Yeah, essentially, when people think of Scotland, they think of the Glaswegian accent. So
and the headbutting.
Well, yeah, that's actually quite everywhere, but still, in films or TV or something, Scottish people are portrayed as having like a Glaswegian accent.
Yes, absolutely.
And that always really irritates me.
It's the same with England, though. Everyone, in America, when they portray the British English, it's like always like, oh yes, we're very posh. We have cucumber sandwiches. But, you'll both go, fuck off, I want a battered sausage.
Well, there was, funnily enough, there was I think it was like summer this year, and we had because we get a lot of Scottish families coming in and stuff, and they always come to the bar and they come to the bar and always say to the kids, it's like, oh, what juice do you want? And or they say, have you got any juice? And I'm like looking around, it sort of clicked at one point. I was like, oh, they mean if we've got Coke or lemonade or anything. Yeah, it took me. And one of the new starters last year did it. They went, what juice have we got? And I looked at him. I said, oh, you have to a drink? And they went, yeah. I said, right. I just looked at them. They want Coke. And they went, looked at me confused. I was like, I'll tell you later. And wait for the methodology. So if a Scottish person comes up to you and asks for juice, it means they either want like a soft drink or something like a J2O. They don't want that physical. They don't mean actual juice. It's just the terminology.
Yeah, they don't want jizz in a cup.
Yeah.
See, juice.
No, they were looking around for where's the juice? Like, I was like, what juice? Like, well, we've only got orange there. I was like, no, they want like Coke or lemonade or something.
Yeah.
But they thought they were like looking for like apple juice or whatever like that. I was like, no.
Yeah, I used to get it all the time in the corner shop. It's like, you come in and goes, where's the juice? It's in the fridge.
Yeah, that's a very Glaswegian and South Scotland thing.
Yeah.
Because juice up here is what you're thinking. It's a soft drink, as in no fizz. So apple juices, orange juice, stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
that is juice.
That's what it is. It's juice. But it's just knowing what different dialects from different around the country, isn't it? Like I say, the barm debate. What do you call it? You know what I mean? It's a barm here.
Yeah.
But in other places it's a bun. In other places it's a roll. There's other places it's a cob or something like that.
Yeah, like Nottingham and stuff. It's a cob.
Yeah.
What? A roll?
Yeah. No, a barm.
A barm.
As in a roll?
No, a barm.
As in something you'd put bacon in?
Yes.
A bacon roll?
Oh, it's a barn.
No, a barn is something you put a tractor in.
No, that's a barn.
Barm with an M.
Oh, as an M. So it's something you put on your lips to stop yourself getting chapped lips.
No, that's a BALM. That's balm. BARM. Balm.
See, you're just making shit up.
There's also the if you go certain parts of Lancashire, they call it a muffin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but they're fucking wrong.
Because you have the Lancashire muffin.
But a muffin is a muffin.
Lancashire over bottoms.
There's two types of muffin though. There's the muffin that you get in your breakfast kind of time, or that full English breakfast kind of muffin, the dense thing that you would get.
Yeah, you toast them or heat them up.
Yeah. And then you get a muffin, as in a blueberry muffin, which is more of a cake.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I agree with that.
A muffin is not a fucking roll.
No,
that's just wrong.
Is it fuck?
But we've got things up here called butteries as well.
Oh.
If you think of a roll that's been made with just butter instead of oil, because rolls are made with olive oil.
Oh, okay.
So your barm is made with olive oil.
Your barm.
More emphasis on the farm. Right. Anyway, we get butteries, and a buttery is essentially a flat roll that's made with butter. So you don't need to put really anything on it, but everyone in Scotland still does put shit all over it.
This is coming from a country that introduced battered Mars bars. I'm not shocked.
That was in Stonehaven. That's literally 12 miles away from me.
Oh yeah.
And the country that makes iron brew.
Yeah, made from girders.
Yeah, well, if we want to go contributions to the world, Scotland's got more.
God. Iron Brew actually do. I think they do the best adverts ever. One of my favourite ones was the Fiery Iron Brew that got banned.
No.
You don't remember that?
Yeah, but it's not the best.
It's probably not one of the best. One of my favourites though. One of the favourite ones is also when they're calling the baby Fanny.
Oh yeah. No, the best one's older than that, and it's a kid drops his bottle of Iron Brew, and it's just a glass bottle, and a road roller rolls over it, and they keep driving, and then they pull the bottle out of the road roller, which made a huge indentation of it. It's Iron Brew. It's made from bars.
I used to like that one. It was like the family singing, and like the mum starts carried on as she goes, even though I used to be a man, and then they're all looking and I go, what?
I think I remember it actually, very vaguely, but yeah, I think I do remember it airing.
Did you lot see the new snowman adverts for the Iron Brew this year?
No.
I can't remember that.
Oh, really? Right. Iron Brew do, the Snowman, the musical film at Christmas.
Yes.
It's Snowman and Snow Dog and all that pish. Well, Iron Brew do their own adverts of that.
Oh, okay.
Right, so last year they did the one where the Snowman nicked the boy's Iron Brew and threw him off of the flight, essentially. And the boy lands in a snowdrift.
Well, that came up long before last year.
I was just using last year as a context.
Oh,
Because
right.
this year they brought out a new one.
Ah.
So this year it's the boy getting his own back on the Snowman and getting his Iron Brew back.
Yeah, I'd hate that now, wouldn't it?
What?
The Iron Brew.
Oh, well, yeah.
I'm being a cock because of you pissing me off with the barn thing.
The bottom.
Oh.
What? This is the bottom.
The barn. The barn. So yeah, it's called dinner. Not dinner, it's called tea. Dinner's a meal in the middle of the day. Lunch can fuck off.
Lunch and dinner are the same thing. That's the best way to put it.
All right, yeah, lunch and dinner are interchangeable.
But it's, I was going to say, I remember that old Iron Brew advert from probably about 4 or 5 years ago, and it was always that the bit is like, he nicked my Iron Brew and let go of my hand, and it's you see it's like, Iron Brew. It's like, Merry Christmas or whatever, and then you see the kid just drop into like a big pile of snow.
That's what the new one this year is, the sequel to, essentially.
What's to do? Take a blowtorch to him?
No. Go watch it on YouTube.
I'll have to, won't I?
I can't fucking ruin it. You haven't seen it.
I haven't, so I'll have to look into that. Also, apparently we had snow in Blackpool, while I remember. Apparently we had snow. Yesterday, we apparently had snow.
Barely.
I mean, if you see them cakes, when you get like a dusting of icing sugar on the top.
Or a flowery roll.
That was the snow in Blackpool.
a flowery balm.
Yeah. But yeah, people, have you seen the footage on the M55 from yesterday, Coxy?
No.
Oh my God, there's like a massive pile-up of cars, all cars just going off in a straight line. I mean, there's cars like upside. I think there's one car on its side that's gone up the embankment on the M55.
I heard there was an accident or something at the Kirkham Junction or something.
There's always an accident there though at Kirkham because it's near Cleavers and Cleavers is fucking retarded. But yeah, but there's just the amount, obviously the motorway is obviously icy. People still steaming along, fucking cars going everywhere. Mostly showed me the video of it last night, and she counted at least 15 cars.
That's not even snow.
Exactly, it's just sheet ice. Well, to be fair, it's ice.
No, it's not. That's fucking English people that can't drive in bad weather.
You're not wrong, though. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, mate. It's people just being fucking idiots.
Fucking hell. It's worse than that. Here, the now.
I'm going to try and find it and send it to you guys.
How Snow Day brought Lancaster roads to a standstill.
Lancaster?
Including the M55 and M6.
That's the one. Found it.
And it's got the car up on the embankment.
I'll share you this video now in a message. Send us message. One to Xander. And I will send one directly to Adam. There you go. So if you just watch this, you'll see how many cars there are. You should be able to watch it straight from your messenger.
Let's have a look. Probably best do it on my phone, actually. Let's have a look.
There's nothing on those roads.
Yeah, there's nothing been put down, has there?
No, there's not. Aye, there has. That's why it's slush and no snow.
Yeah, but can you see, there's just cars everywhere?
The fuck?
All on the embankment and everything. Just by the way, guys, people who are listening, this is I'm showing them footage of the M55 from yesterday, and I think it's at the Kirkham it's at the Kirkham Junction, isn't it?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, there's just cars everywhere. I mean, I'll play the video from the beginning so the listeners can hear. But yeah, it's only about a minute long. You can just hear people going, "Oh, it's fucked."
That fucking Ford at the end's fucked.
Oh, yeah, it's absolute carnage. Like I say, apparently in Blackpool it snowed, and apparently it caused fucking carnage. But I'd love to see them actually, do some actually driving conditions that are actually really bad.
Right. Now compare that. Type in A9 snow
On Facebook.
Just on fucking Google. There's a BBC News one.
All right, A9 snow. I shall look it up now. I'm assuming this is a road near you.
No, the A9's the main artery that goes through Scotland. It's actually going to be the best for snow. So it's going to be, there's less of it because more gritters go up and down it.
Police shocked to find a motorist driving on the A9 with windscreen almost completely covered by snow. And he's got literally a fucking porthole.
I've just been on YouTube now and typed in A9 snow, and there's a guy driving down it, and it's clear because he evidently look after it.
Mm. But I've seen, if you go on the images on Google, there is some really good trucks on the side and things like that because it's just sheet snow.
Now, this was just yesterday because Claire told me about it. The driver with his little peephole. It was just like, fucking hell. I took more snow off Claire's car this morning when she left to take Harvey to nursery. And she's away through to Montrose. I took more snow off her car this morning.
We had fuck all snow last night. It's just literally just hardened to sheet ice in places. That's the problem with Blackpool because we don't get the snow, it melts, and then obviously because it gets really cold at night, it freezes over. So rather than getting the snow, which you can actually get a bit of purchase on, especially if you're on foot, it's just sheet ice everywhere. It's just like a fucking massive skating ring.
At the moment, what we've got, because our farmer landlord, she's actually been paying the gritters to come up and down our road this year, because last year she didn't bother. But this year we've got all the ice, mind as I said, a huge thick, 1.5 inch thick ice in some of the puddles.
Yeah.
We've got that, and then the snow's been sitting on top of it.
Yeah, that's lethal as well.
So that's why we've had the gritters up and down this farm road this year, which has actually been quite nice. But just where Claire parks her car, which is around the side of the house, the gritters obviously don't touch that.
No, so it's like it's stopping there is fun.
Yeah, it's great fun. Fucking in her mini and handbrake it around.
Awesome. But yeah, apparently we had a little dusting of snow and people can't fucking cope in Blackpool.
Well, apparently it was snowing yesterday at 9 o'clock in the morning, but it was.
I was
didn't
walking
stick.
in it.
So
I was walking in it. It was around for about an hour, and I was just walking in it just as it stopped.
I didn't see any snow till I hit Kirkham on the train yesterday. And bits of I was walking down the main street in Preston.
Yeah, because you did training last night, didn't you?
Yeah, and so I saw bits of snow and ice there, and I had to be really careful walking down the street so I didn't slip or anything.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it was there was apart from putting my foot in a puddle, like an ice cold puddle.
Lovely.
There was not much to it.
Yeah, Preston does get it a lot worse than what we do. I mean, I remember when I used to live in Longridge, and Xander would probably, back me up on this. So I remember me telling you about the snowdrifts in Longridge that time. Years ago.
Vaguely remember, yeah.
Yeah, it was up to my knees. I was going to work, walking on the pavement, and it was up to my knees on the pavement, not a drift. And I was it was there it was like a month and a half, there was snow there. Up in Longridge, and when I came to Blackpool, there was fuck all. It was there was a little bit of snow, but it was sheet ice everywhere, like it is at the minute. but 10 times worse than what it is now. And like I say, I remember scuttling up the promenade and slipping and getting the bus, number 68 bus, from Manchester Square in Blackpool. And the bus's heating had broken down. And it was like minus 18.
Too much salt in the air is the problem.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, it would actually help us if the snow would stick. But because there's so much salt in the air, it just fucking just melts and it just turns it to ice.
It's the same when we were in Montrose, because we were right on the coast and that.
Well, yeah, you was literally on the coastline, weren't you, in Montrose, pretty much? So
yeah. I mean, our flat just overlooked the harbour in Montrose, so you couldn't have got any closer to the coast. Exactly.
I mean, I think I've lived on the promenade for about a year at most, so I know how that feels. But yeah, I've always been living quite close to the coast, apart from when I lived in Longridge, which was a fucking experience. But yeah, apart from Grange Park, actually, in Blackpool, Coxy. But other than that, I've lived pretty much round where I am now.
Yeah.
Apart from Leighton.
I was pretty much born near the Welcome.
Oh, yeah.
And I've moved when I was about, I think, 4. And I've been here ever since.
It's nice to be settled, though. I've moved around somewhat fucking chronic. I mean, this is probably the longest I've lived somewhere in the last 10 years. Easy.
The thing for me is that where I am, I'm a 10-20 minute bus ride from the town centre. I'm a 10-20 minute ride from St Anne's.
Yeah.
I'm a 5-minute walk to a bus stop in any direction.
Well, this is it. I mean, I'd actually say arguably I'm in a slightly better position, sort of like for links and where stuff is, because I can do it all on foot, either direction, 20 minutes. But
I walked from my house. I set off from my house and I walked down to Rigby Road the other day, and I stopped at the bridge, and was watching how long it took me. It took me about 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's going down Liverpool Road.
Yeah, so you're coming slightly back on yourself. Only slightly, mind.
Well, I was heading into town here, so it's like I could have gone down past the Happy Scots bar and down the back street there, or I could have I always give myself a bit extra walking thing, so I always I go cut down Ruby Road and then go up the bridge.
Oh yeah.
Up the side of the bridge, come out on Thingy Drive, and then walk down past Valentine's into town over through Central Car Park.
Oh yeah.
That way, so.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'd say when I go to town, I tend to go straight over the bridges, if you know what I mean. But yeah, because I'm lazy, I just go straight line.
I'll have to give myself a challenge.
There's no such thing as a walking challenge in Blackpool. It's just flat, so it's one of them. Whereas as Xander is, it's probably, I imagine it's quite undulating.
Undulating?
Yes.
Undulating is a word and a half, like.
It is. It means you go up and down.
I know. Head on.
Yeah, but to the listeners like that may not know.
You're trying to say your audience is thick.
No, I'm saying some of them maybe.
Right. Bear with me then. You want undulating? This is a quick snap out of my window.
Oh. So, bear in mind, I remember him saying he was basically living at the bottom of a valley. So.
This is just one side. The other side is the Cairngorms.
Ah. So that gives you an idea of where Xander lives. So if you're a fan of Xander, you can go stalk him now.
Little bit creepy.
Oh dear. Oh. The fuck? Where you posted this thing? Oh, there we go. Xander sent a photo somewhere. It's not showing up. It's being a div.
Being a div.
There it is. Yeah, it's not a bad view. Yeah, it's not a bad view at all. So yeah, it's actually, to be fair, on that way, it doesn't look that it's that hilly, but I know for a fact, because obviously you're in a valley, it's bound to be.
I'd say that is the nice way. And that hill in front is the Garvik, and it's only about half a mile high.
Yeah.
But the town that you can see, well, just see, that's Lawrence Kirk. So it's not very big.
Right, okay.
So that's out looking towards the coast. Essentially, over that you've got about 6-7 miles, and then you get the coast.
Right. Fair play. So you're not that far away from Montrose, then, I'm assuming.
No,
No,
we're not that far away. But you wouldn't really want to be too far away, because that's where you go get your shopping.
Well, that's it, yeah.
But
so yeah.
I'd say the other side though is the base of the Cairngorms.
Fair play.
And it's about a mile and a half up, you can see. And up there's all white, so.
Fair point. So yeah, right. So, Coxy, you said you had some topics.
Yeah. So the first one is pretty much basic and buggery. But you know that's in the advertising. McDonald's is bringing back the Grand Big Mac, whatever it's called.
The Grand Big Mac. Is that the one with bacon on it?
It's the bigger Big Mac.
The one that they had last year.
Yeah, they got the Mac Junior and the Grand Big Mac. But then, as you said, they tried to one up it this year by adding bacon. So you can get a Big Mac with bacon, a Grand Big Mac with bacon, or a Mac Junior with bacon.
Okay. So they're re-releasing the big. Are they making them permanent?
Only until end of March, I think.
Right. See, I remember having a Grand Big Mac, and it was a bit meh.
I remember having a Grand Big Mac and was like, this is no different to a normal Big Mac, and then I had a Mac Junior and it just tasted awful. Yeah,
it's just a Big Mac.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's like there's no real difference. Now, does it actually cost that much more, didn't it?
It's like 40p or something, or.
Yeah, so to be fair, if you're going for a Big Mac anyway, you may as well upgrade if you want something a bit more.
But this is always that thing they say though, like, oh yeah, we're trying to cut down and we're gonna charge sugar tax and that, and then of course what's they done? They've gone, yeah, we're gonna bring the big Mac out
with fucking cheese and bacon and all that other shit. So when are they releasing it?
It's out yesterday, I think it was.
Oh right, okay.
So
I might nip out then and have a challenge in a bit. Not that it's a challenge for me.
Or you could go out and get a proper burger somewhere else.
There is a few places in Blackpool you can do that now, actually, to be fair.
Yeah.
One that's actually made with beef.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a few places you can do that now in Blackpool. You've got Burger Hayne, you've got Pastels, you've got West Coast. There's a few other places as well.
Well, what you should do is compare the prices of them. And see if a Big Mac is actually worth the price that they're charging for.
No, they never are, because they're a bit poo, if I'm brutally honest.
Having known people that have worked at McDonald's before and have told me the price like it costs them to make a cheeseburger, it's like, yeah, you're all right.
Yeah, it's the cheapest chips, and the Big Mac anyway is the thing that people get when they can't decide what they want.
Yeah.
Essentially, it's the plain pack of crisps of the McDonald's. That's what it is. It's the plain crisps of the McDonald's. But yeah, I mean, if you're into your Big Macs, I don't see why you wouldn't get a big one if you was like, if you were really hungry. But I would go out your way.
When I had one last year or whatever it was though, it was just disappointing because it's just more bread. That's all it is. It's just more bread.
Yeah, there's not much more to it. It's a bit shit, as they say.
Yeah, so...
You've got bread, you've got cardboard, you've got fake bacon, which probably isn't bacon, to be fair.
Bacon.
Do you know that there's going to be a law coming out that the bacon that you get in the shops, because bacon is supposed to be cured, that's why it's bacon. Like ham is a cured pork.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Bacon should be cured, and bacon that we're buying in the shops these days isn't being cured. So they're going to eventually be told to stop calling it bacon.
Just because it's called crispy ham.
Well, no, it'll just be called, something else.
Pork product.
Pork product, yeah. Generic pork product.
Because just everything that's pumped into it is supposed to give it the bacon taste, but it's not actually bacon.
So I'm looking forward to having a generic pork product sandwich at some point.
Would you like some generic red sauce?
Don't you lot have like farm stalls and all that you can go
to? Sort of. There's not many in Blackpool. Like, we don't have Waitrose or anything in Blackpool. Like, the nearest probably like farm supermarket for us would be, is it Barton Grange?
Yeah, it's Barton Grange. It's literally called the farm shop. And if you don't go down the motorway, you're talking 35 minutes at least in the car.
Well, yeah. Is there no farmers that set up stalls in the town centre or anything?
Nope.
No. We don't have that shit. Kirkham's the closest you're gonna get.
Do you have any decent butchers that still do normal bacon?
The last big one in town's shut down, hasn't it? Really?
The one in the one on Topping Street.
Yeah.
No, it's still there, isn't it?
Oh, it's supposed to be shutting down.
Oh, right, I don't know.
Ron Reddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be shutting down. But there's a few still knocking about. I mean, there's one on Central Drive.
There's one near me on Living
Harriside.
Road.
Yeah, near Harriside.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of them. But that's like still a family butchers.
Yeah.
There's that Andy the Meat Man or whatever he's called. He does like them meat packs. I don't know. Yeah. I've not tried his bacon, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, and there's Steve Hope in Leighton as well. You
should go in and ask, is there bacon proper bacon? Because bacon should be hung and cured and all that for well over 3 months.
That I didn't know.
Yeah. And the stuff that you're getting in the shop is only like a week old.
It costs them too much to do, wouldn't it, otherwise?
Yeah. That's why it's got shit shelf life, because actual bacon has got a near infinite shelf life.
There you go. So yeah, we want some generic pork products on our Big Macs. We're gonna have generic pork flavoured crisps.
Cardboard,
basically, yeah.
Oh, speaking of crisps, that reminds me. There's the Walkers are doing 2 new flavours, aren't they?
Don't know.
Sriracha.
Interesting.
And pulled pork.
I'll give them a go. I shall give those a go.
Sriracha really isn't that hot, though.
I don't think I'm a big fan of the taste of sriracha, but...
A good sriracha is quite nice.
See, I got my sriracha from Home Bargains. That might explain it.
Well, you got the standard bottle, though, don't you? You can get them like Morrison's and stuff.
Yeah, you get a nice big bottle with a squeezy top on it.
I've had that one before, and I had it on some Chinese noodles once at a festival, and then it was really nice because it was like sweet and sour noodles or something.
Yeah.
But I had it recently with some nachos when I think it was at the brewery. They must have like the fucking Heinz one or something. It had the consistency of ketchup, but then with heat, and it just wasn't nice.
See, I like sriracha and like a cheese and tomato sandwich or something. Just get down.
See, I've only ever tried it once, the sriracha. I wasn't a fan, but hey ho.
I was in Aldi the other day and saw a sriracha mayo.
Interesting. So. It doesn't beat my Tabascanese though, does it? So my Tabascanese is amazing. Put it on the chicken burger. Oh my god, you may get erect. More erect than when Finn Balor came out the other week.
I've had a pause on buying sauces at the moment because I've got tons of them.
Yeah, I've got a few.
The cupboard to go through. So
yeah, I have a few. You know, you could say I got you one for your Christmas, didn't I?
Yeah.
The missus got me the same fucking one. So I've got exactly the same one. The really hot white one looks scary. I think you're in agreement with me about that laugh.
Is it just get the 7? You got me the 7. Yeah. I'm looking at them going out. The mild one looks intriguing. But it's like there's hot, really hot, and then there's like the ultimate hot, and it's like.
It's white, isn't it?
Is that the pack in the Home Bargains?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not that hot. Just to ruin it all for you. It's not that hot.
But yeah, the white one, it does look... Okay, as you say, it's not that hot, but it does look fucking nasty.
It's not that hot.
Someone's jizzed in a jar after having Carolina Reaper. That's what it is. It looks grim. But I will have to try it, I think. I might do it on pod one day, actually. Fuck it. Get some plain crisps and do it that way, dip them in.
Nah. Hit it with some bread and butter.
Maybe.
Really punish yourself. Make sure it soaks right into the bread as well.
Tempting. Very tempting. I've still got them dried up Carolina Reapers, but I think I'm going to have to chuck them now.
What, the crisps?
No, proper Carolina Reaper chilies.
Oh, well, if they're dried up, that's fine.
I don't know what I've done with them. I don't know if I've chucked them or not. It'd be a shame if I have them, if that's the case, but oh well, never mind. I wasn't going to try them on air anyway, because I'll probably kill myself live on air. So, probably a good idea I didn't. You got any more topics, Coxy?
One here. I can find it. Right. So, Wetherspoons table service.
Yes.
Don't ask for drinks on social media, then complain when people start trolling you.
Absolutely. You get what you fucking ask for. You know, get me drinks, please. Then don't get upset when someone orders you 8 glasses of water.
Or peas.
Or peas, yeah. It costs you nothing anyway.
So I keep seeing it, like people posting up on like Facebook and Twitter and stuff like, "Oh, I'm at this Wetherspoons in this town, or whatever. It's table this. Do your worst." Yeah. And it's like then they start like, "Well, people, please stop sending peas to the table." It's like, "Well, no, you said do your worst." So
people are going to constantly send peas to the table.
Could be worse. It could have just been dry split peas.
That could be a fantastic idea for a podcast, by the way.
What's that?
We go online,
we
record, we say, right, here's our table number, here's what pub we're in, do your fucking worst and record what comes up over the next 2 hours. That would be fucking amazing. I think we might have to do that. I think that has to happen.
Oh dear.
That'd be amazing. That would be fucking amazing.
I don't go to any pubs anymore. They cost too much money.
Because you're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
No, it's because I like expensive drink.
It's all that malt whiskey.
Yeah. Malt whiskey, nice rums, you know.
See, us lager louts, it's all right.
Don't get me wrong, I like a beer and a lager and that. But if I had the choice, it'd be a spirit.
The problem is, when it comes to my wedding, mate, it's still in the season. In fact, it's the busiest part of the season, so could be a little bit more expensive.
That doesn't bother me.
That's
different. That's an occasion.
Yeah, true.
I just meant as going to the pub.
Yeah, I mean, you do get your local pubs in Blackpool and what have you, but 9 times out of 10, especially in town, it's extortionate, isn't it? I mean, the brew room isn't so bad, is it, Coxy? Even without the discount card.
Your discount card gets you a discount on pints, and
yeah,
I think it's just pints. But you could get, it's like they do like 2 for 1 on gin on certain days and times and all that sort of thing. What else is there? They do spirits as well, but you're talking, I think, like a rum and coke or like a whiskey and coke, probably about $3.80 or something, £4.
Bearing in mind that's town. That's not that bad.
Why would you have a rum with coke or whiskey with coke? Something wrong with some people. For a Highland Park and ice, and Highland Park is single malt whiskey, you are £8.50. You know, and if you go buy a bottle of Highland Park in the shop, you're around £40 to £45.
Jeez.
Well, if you think about it, it makes much more financial sense.
But see, you say that way, like you're in Scotland, but it's like you come to Blackpool, it's like, what whiskies you got? We got Bell's.
Yeah, fuck that.
If you're lucky, you might get teachers.
Yeah.
I like my throat.
The odd place might do Glenfiddich.
Oh, that's all right. Go to that place.
If you're really lucky, you might get Buckfast.
Oh, fucking hell.
Or did you see one of the shops? I think it was on Central Drive, that the corner post office / bar. They had like a full wall just of Buckfast. Yeah. Because so many punks are going in last year, like the year before last, asking for it. So they're like, right, we best get like a ton in, and they just went all for Buckfast.
We used to do that, to be fair. We used to get loads of Buckfast in, and we used to get like crates and crates and crates of it in, and it would be gone in a couple of hours.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Fucking minging.
Never tried it, but I don't want to.
Minging. You should actually try it. You should. Have
you had it, Coxy?
I think I might have had a sip. I can't remember, but if I have, it was rancid.
Fuck. I remember the first time I tried it. I was poured a full fucking pint glass of the stuff. It's like, oh, this is how we drink it, because it was down in Glasgow. So, oh, this is how we drink it down here. Oh, it's fucking awful. Oh, it gets better the more you drink it. So, fucking had the pint glass. I was like, no, it doesn't get better.
No, so don't drink Buckfast unless you're a fucking lunatic or just want to get pissed really quick.
The thing is, it doesn't even have a fucking high percentage either. Not really.
No, not really.
You may as well fucking just drink some cheap ass cider.
Well, yeah.
Tastes better.
Get some 3 Hammers on the go.
Fucking tastes better. What's that really cheap cider? White Lightning, is it?
Yeah, White Lightning, 3 Hammers. Was it Frosty Jack?
You get the Frosty fucking Jack, great big 3-litre bottles of it. You know, the great big fat pudgy ones.
Yeah. I thought you were describing me then.
Buy fucking 3 of them. You're better than buying a bottle of Buckfast.
Absolutely, mate. And it lasts longer.
Well, since you haven't tasted it, it tastes a lot like red wine mixed with shit.
That's an interesting concoction there. I think I'll pass.
No, you're going to try it on stream now.
Fuck off. Might do it for Patreon on the Lost Art, maybe. We can all do it.
Oof.
Me, you, and Bunkle.
Oof. There's one I've seen, it's like the Bucky Bomb, I think it is.
Oh, God.
And it's like Buckfast and Red Bull.
Oh!
Let's just try and take the taste away from the Buckfast.
Yeah, to make it palatable.
Yeah.
Oh,
so if you mix it with Red Bull, which everyone knows tastes like urine.
Yeah, so I've just looked up National Drink Wine Day after typing in Buckfast. And so they've got a few of them. There's the Buck Shake, which is Buckfast with milk.
Oh!
It's all curdled at the bottom.
Well, it says Buckfast with milk. It's as simple as that. Sounds horrible. Tastes, well, horrible. But some people like it, so it's made the list. For added flavour, you can use chocolate milk.
Oh God, it's going to be a Buckfast festival on Patreon. This, isn't it?
Oh, here we go. The Bucky Bomb. Jaeger bombs are for wimps. Real drinkers like their shot with a bit more of a Scottish twist. Enter the Bucky Bomb. Instead of a shot of Jaeger and a glass of Red Bull, it's a shot of Buckfast with a glass of Iron Brew.
At least the Iron Brew will fucking kill the taste of Buckfast.
You are aware we're going to have to do this now.
Oh. There's the Mad Fast.
Oh no.
Which is MD 2020 with Buckfast.
If you really want to chav it up.
There's that gets better. There's the Jakey Vimto.
Oh God.
We all remember the classic teenage pub goer drink, a cheeky Vimto. It started because port was always ridiculously cheap and alcohol tasted good. What's the best way to make this cocktail? Made with wicked and port that extra bit cheeky with half a pint of Buckfast.
See, I told you they drunk it in pints. Fucking horrid.
A tonic boom for the more discerning Buckfast drinker. This was dreamed up by Hard Rock Cafe to celebrate opening their doors in Glasgow. This tip is Beefeater gin, Buckfast, elderflower syrup, and lemonade.
Oh my God. Oh God.
There's a Corpse Survivor number 4, which is Buckfast, triple sec, lemon juice, and 2 dashes of, wait for it, absinthe.
Yeah. Oh God. Jesus.
I quite like absinthe.
Oof, no, it's like paint stripper. I've heard of one as well, which is like someone called the Bucky Bastard, which was Jägermeister in a glass of Buckfast.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Taste it and you'll realise how vile it is.
I'd rather strip walls with it.
I don't think it's strip walls, they'll just fucking dye them. Dye them fucking bright purple.
So, yeah, it's I'm not in any rush to try it. So, but it's like if you know me and Paul, we like a good bit of Jack Daniels or Jim Beam.
Absolutely.
I've got a varied collection at home, so.
Yeah, he's got a few. He's got a little few.
See, Jack's okay. Jim Beam, it's a bit harsh.
I don't mind Jim Beam.
I find it smoother than Jack Daniels sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Depends. I always find, so cheap whiskies or bourbons or anything like that, crack them open, have a glass of it, and then leave it for a year, and it gets so much smoother.
Mm.
See, I've got Jack Daniels that's been open since Christmas Day, and that's silky at the minute.
I've got a bottle of grouse that's been. I've had 2 glasses of it. I had one when I first opened it, which was a year and a half ago, and I had one at New Year. I was comparing it to my Glenmorangie.
Yeah.
And it's still really, really harsh compared to a single malt. So I think by next year it's going to be perfect.
Yeah, you'll have to let us know. Alright, let us know. So yeah, that's Wetherspoons. Yeah, well, that's an idea for a podcast. That sounds fun. The best thing about it, they don't have music in the background, so they can't copyright strike for it. So unless it's on a Saturday night, which for some reason I was in the Leighton Rakes, and they'll play music on a Saturday night. I was like, what?
Yeah, they do it to make it more sort of
club-feely.
Yeah, club-feely, because it's like you go in Preston on a Saturday, you got the 12 tellers goes, and it becomes like a full-on nightclub. So,
strange.
But don't you think it's odd that people go onto Facebook and essentially beg for drinks?
Oh, I've seen it on Facebook, Twitter. It's like, we're sat at this table in this pub. Do you like send us drinks? Like, no.
No, unless it's for a jokey purpose, like what we're gonna do if we do it.
But just in general, don't you think it's just fucking odd?
To me, it's the equivalent of asking for like doing a wish list.
Yeah.
And, like, go and buy me stuff.
Yeah. Wish list. Well, we've covered on Lost Start about wish lists. It's basically glorified begging. Can't remember what else we said about it. We said it was shit, basically.
Well, that's essentially what these people are doing. They're begging.
Yeah, pretty much.
They may as well be sitting outside the pub with their fucking hands open.
Well, the legs open in Blackpool. But yeah, and on that note, I've actually got one really interesting topic here, which, it's there was a men's rights activist that oh, they've gone into Alan. But yeah, Alan was going to join us today, but unfortunately, circumstances won't go into. But he's not joining us. So, well, yes, Alan. Shout out to Alan. Yeah, I have a story saved on my Facebook, and I can't seem to access it at the moment because it's being a dick. Where are you? There we go. Right, here we go. It is. Men's rights activist has said it is gay for guys to like women's bums. Thoughts on that, people?
I'm as gay as they come.
The man's wrong.
The man is clearly wrong.
Legs and arse for me, thank you.
Yeah, a video online has gone viral that suggests enjoying women's bums on a sexual sense is a gateway to homosexuality. Men's rights activist Rush V, real name Darush Valishter, claimed that he says no. He says no to the black hole. I won't put his penis near someone's doo-doo.
Yeah, that's different. He's on about fucking anal sex.
Because apparently having anal sex with a woman is gross and having some sort of bearing on his sexuality. It's hard to tell if it's satire given Rush's... Oh, apparently it could be a load of shit. But even so, even if that's legit, right? Anal sex with a woman is completely different from anal sex with a man.
Yeah, because it's a woman and not a man.
Exactly. It's fucking exactly.
I think George Takei says it best about this guy, and I can load the clip. Here we go.
Go on then. Clip load.
One sec.
That's right.
I can start it again.
You are a douchebag. That's right. A douchebag.
There we go.
Yeah, that suits it. That suits him absolutely 100% fine. I mean,
and that's from George Takei, so it's final.
Absolutely. Anyone here that's looked at a woman's arse and gone, "Oh, that's nice. Hold your hands." Well, don't say hold them to them. Just say I.
Aye.
Aye.
We're all gay.
I do it on a regular basis, at least once every 20 minutes to my wife.
Yeah, well, Xander, do you know you're gay?
Well, that's fine, as long as I'm gay with my wife.
There you go.
Everybody gay.
Everybody gay. Just identify as a woman and then you'll be fine. But yeah, it's how asinine is it? And women, you look at women, as a man, they are physically, the way they are, they're supposed to be, it's meant to be...
They arouse you in different ways.
Yeah, but they're physically built to be like, right, look at me, this is what I offer. That's why women are shaped the way they are. It's just the way how genetically women have developed. You know, men have genetically, developed in a different way. You know, it's like, for example, in the animal kingdom, look at peacocks. You know, the female peacock is plain as shit, but the male one is like, that's the one you see, that is when you think peacock. Right, you think it's a male.
Yeah.
It's just the way, things develop and evolve. And that's how women have evolved. But men are trained to look at that. It's natural that we look at that.
I think this Russian bastard is gay, and he's trying to fucking justify not wanting to be gay.
Possibly. Or he's gay, and... I don't know, actually.
He's trying to justify not being gay. He's trying to call the rest of the world gay.
I think he's just trying to garner attention, personally. It's just like, right, you look at bottoms. How do gay people have sex? usually, the stereotypical way. Right, you're looking at a bottom. It's basically gay. It's the same thing. The bum's a bum. No, it's not. It really isn't. It really isn't. Well, for one, I don't look at men's arses. So, not in any shape or form.
You do.
Just yours. But yeah, you see, I don't even know where to start with this guy. He's a fucking Fruit Loop. If this is legit. Now, I'm taking it with a pinch of salt because my source for this is the Metro. So, yeah. I've come to realise a very, very scaremongering fucking publication, shall we say, that we're all going to die because of Brexit, basically. Things like that, so...
Brexit makes no fucking difference to us common folk.
Well, I don't think it will do in the long run anyway. Personally, we'll be better off without. But that's political. We don't cover politics.
You do on RAD.
Oh, we do on RAD, I suppose. Yeah, yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I can't wait to leave, and then obviously the chips will fall into place, and then we can do something about it because no one knows what the fuck they're doing. This is why people don't know whether they want a deal or do want a deal because they don't know what the fuck's going to happen after this.
At the end of the day, as I said, it's not going to affect you. It's not going to affect me. It's not going to affect any of us. Us normal people, it's going to be exactly the same. Exactly the same as it is when there's a change of government. It's going to be fucking the same.
Yeah, I'll go along with that. I mean, obviously, unless all the big companies pull out, which they're not going to do, because there's a market here regardless.
No, anyone like you guys that just gets a shit standard wage, you're not going to get a different wage. You're still going to get a shit standard wage. Cost of living is going to be exactly the same, if not maybe higher like it is every year. We're just going to all get shit on all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Brexit's not going to change that.
I'm going to say cost of living, say the Blackpool council tax is going up again. So that'll be fun when that hits.
What's your tax for your place?
Can't remember that now off the top of my head. I just know what we pay it.
We're £1,200 a year for this place.
That's roughly the same. Roughly about the same, innit, Coxy? Something like that. If not slightly more.
Well, ours is technically we've got four rooms essentially, if you want to class them as bedrooms, which it will be. And it's a fucking cottage from the 20s.
Yeah. I mean, ours is a 3-bed, and it's in the lowest band, which is nice.
But we don't pay for sewerage because we've got our own septic tank.
Ah, there you go. Whereas we would have to. So, but yeah, it's going up again. It's a load of shit. So it's one of them. So yeah, that's me thoughts. Oh, that's my topics over and done with. The other thing we've got left to cover briefly is Royal Rumble and Takeover.
Well, my little man is away to be in any minute, so.
Right, yeah. Well, I'll let you shoot off then, and me and Coxy will wrap up with Royal Rumble and Takeover.
That's cool, because otherwise you're just going to hear, Daddy! Then he's going to be constantly trying to shout down the mic like he does to my other friends.
Fantastic. Good lad. David's podcasting early. Yeah.
All right, guys. I'll see you all later on.
Cheers, buddy. Thanks a lot, mate.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye. So, yeah, that's it's now officially turned into a Royale with cheese. Yeah, so we're covering. You can rip, if you want to, you can rip this out and put it on as a special for Lost Art as well.
I may just do that.
You may just do that. But yeah, if you're listening to us on Lost Art, welcome to the latest episode of Lost Art of Wrestling. I am your host, weirdly, to this week, Paul the Flaming Grill Flinders. And yeah, the other voice you can hear is Adam Cox.
You didn't you?
The booker, yeah, I did fuck that up. It's a botch. It's wrestling now. It's a botch. So yeah, it's probably only going to be a quick one, but it's a review for Royal Rumble and Takeover for this past weekend. Now, we're fashionably late to the party, as we always are when it comes to these reviews. So yeah, Should we start with Takeover, seeing as that was chronologically, obviously, it makes sense?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so what first match that we had was... I've got no notes at all for this. But the first match that we had was the tag match, wasn't it? It was War Raiders versus the Undisputed Era.
Yes.
Yeah, fucking great match.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it had everything.
I was surprised it went the way it did.
Yeah, I can't remember what we said.
I think we possibly called it for
War Raiders
to win.
I think I did as well, actually, thinking about it. Yes, I did. Don't know why, though. But it did, yes. But yeah, it was a fucking cracking match. It had everything. And that handspring was fucking insane.
Yeah.
That was incredible. See, I'm trying to think back now, because it's been like nearly, 5 days since we watched it.
Yeah, I watched it Sunday night, I think it was.
Yeah.
So it's but I still not had a chance to sit for the full 5 hours of the Rumble yet. But
you know the results, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can get them up in front of me anyway if need be.
True, this is it.
But yeah, it was a decent match. I think the War Raiders deserve the belts, if anything.
Yeah, they're over as fuck, aren't they?
And there's this whole thing of them like rebuilding the tag division in WWE NXT anyway, so hopefully it gives them a decent run.
And this is the reaction. See, this is what happens in the UK when you stay up and watch wrestling. You get that reaction. Fuck you, WWE. Put it on a more sociable time. But yeah, great match. Out of 5, sorry, I'd give it 4.5 easy. That match.
Yeah.
It was on par with anything we saw at Takeover ourselves, so yeah, I'll give it that, definitely. After that, we had Matt Riddle versus Cassius Ohno, wasn't it not?
Yes.
Yes, it was, and that was exactly what I said it was going to be.
Cassius getting buried.
Not necessarily getting buried, but putting Matt Riddle over.
Yeah, well, they actually did say on the announcement on commentary at one point, like, Cassius Ohno's like 0-4 at Takeover.
Yeah.
Like, can he break the losing streak? And it's like, well,
nope.
No.
Because you're basically Nico Hawkins. Yeah, I mean, many, like I've already said on air, it's like many moons ago, Chris Hero, Cassius Ohno was a talent to look forward to. And now it's just, why are you still here? He's clearly enhancement talent now. In an enhancement promotion.
Yeah.
I suppose he's doing a job. Other than that, yeah. You don't expect him to hold any titles anytime soon unless he does something absolutely spectacular. But yeah, it was just...
He's going to be one of them career NXTers, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's in NXT, he's getting paid, he's comfortable with what he's doing. Like, so...
Backstage role waits for him.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, because if he shows himself to be a good hand, which he is at the minute, let's be honest, he's eating plates of shit for the company, then absolutely, yeah. I'd say 3 out, not even that, maybe 2 out of 5, because it was exactly what we thought it was going to be.
I'd go 2.5 just for to average it out.
Yeah, so it was about a bang average. So yeah, it was what it was. It did its job. It put Matt Riddle over, and he's gonna be a fucking superstar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next up, we had, was it the women's match or was it? It was the women's match.
No, it was Ricochet Gargano first.
Yes, it was. Yeah, Ricochet Gargano, which was for me match of the night.
Yeah.
Because everything looked like it fucking hurt. Now, I'm not into these people that bounce around the ring like fucking ping pong balls and fly around, and I think I did sort of criticise this match for that on obviously the preview on Lost Art of Wrestling.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take it back because everything in that match was done with a purpose.
Mm.
Ricochet didn't just flip around and bounce around just for the fuck of it. It was done. When someone made a move, it made sense. It really made sense.
I'm hoping he's learnt from the Osprey match he had in New Japan.
Yeah, I'm hoping that too. But he's a guy that's capable of pulling off all this amazing shit, but doesn't need to do it all the time. The guy can work anybody, can work any style. He doesn't need to be working like bouncing around the ring like an idiot all the time, which I'm glad he's not doing. But when he does pull it out, it makes sense, and it looks as sore as it did. It's fantastic. Now, the spot that really looked like it fucking was sore was the spot where Gargano pulled the mat back.
Oh, the
backdrop.
Yeah.
Whatever it was. Yeah, that looks sore. Let's be honest, that looks sore. I mean, it was proper, like everything was meaty. The way everything done. The kicks were meaty, the punches were meaty. It just genuinely looked like they were trying to kill each other. And I loved it. Absolutely loved it. They're going for a match where they're doing it in a title match. You've got to do everything you can to win the match, to win the title, and exactly how it came across. And I genuinely can't see any negative in it.
It probably was the best match on the card, to be fair.
Easily. I'd say it's match of the weekend.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
I'd give it that. It was match of the weekend. It was. I'm really struggling here to find something I didn't like about this match. I really am. I don't think there was anything there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll go with that. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 4.75.
I'll go 4.9.
Oh, as close to top marks as you can get, pretty much.
Yeah.
It was justifiably, I'd say, as well. So yeah, fantastic match. Can't fault it. Next up, we had Shayna Baszler versus Bianca Belair. Now, there was a little bit of controversy going into this match, if I remember correctly, from the pre-show.
Yeah, it was Sam
Roberts.
That one. He said something on the pre-show, pretty much saying that he didn't believe Bianca Belair was like a formidable opponent for Shayna Baszler.
Not believable and not takeover worthy or something was along them lines.
Yeah.
And he got an absolute shitstorm for it.
So.
But he wasn't wrong.
I'm not thingy with her anyway. She's only been, I think, like they were hyping up, like they were hyping her up on commentary, like, oh, she started training 5 months later, she made her debut and stuff, and he's like, yeah, I'm just not sold on her.
Yeah, she's still green as goose shit. Let's be honest. But the problem is, who else do you put in that spot? Because with taking Dakota Kai out and a few others that were in NXT, moving them over to NXT UK, the NXT women's roster is paper thin.
Yeah, true.
Really paper thin. So Bianca Belair was really, in a way, the most credible person they could put against her. Personally, what they should do is bring people back in down from the main roster. Someone like a Dana Brooke or someone else that's not doing much on the main roster in the women's division. But at the same time, the women's division in the main roster isn't that exactly brimmed. So it's one of those. For me, it was okay. The match between Bianca Belair and Shayna Baszler. What I can see stopping happening now and looking at is the hair whip gimmick, because it actually legitimately cuts Shayna Baszler.
Oof.
It actually slashed her on the side.
Ooh.
Other than that, it was standard fare. It was, Shayna Baszler was going to win. Predictably so. And okay, Bianca Belair had a few moments where she powered out and it got a massive pop from the crowd. And they went with the Austin finish where she passed out as opposed to tapping out. To keep her sort of like strong.
Still not sold.
Yeah, I'm not sold at all. She needs to have a bit more of a run in, because she was apparently undefeated in NXT. To be fair, if she's undefeated and she's ran over everybody, there's nowhere else to book her. So in a way, it's sort of like bad booking because you've ran yourself into a dead end. If someone's undefeated, obviously the next step's the belt. Well, if she's not on Shayna Baszler's level, then you've got a problem there, especially if she's green as goose shit, like she is at the minute. So, in a way, I think this match, unfortunately, was a result of bad booking, and there was nowhere else to go with her. Otherwise, they'd just literally just phased her out, and then you would have got critics like us, like going, well, where had she gone? She was undefeated, so why have you suddenly just buried her? It would make no sense. Now, at least, if suppose now she's lost, there's a way that she can now, obviously she's lost her invulnerability. She can be booked to lose, and it wouldn't be too damaging. Like way Asuka lost her undefeated streak at WrestleMania last year.
Yeah, well, that came as a surprise to everyone, didn't it? Really,
it did, but it also made it so that in the future, like in the future now, she can be booked to lose, and it wouldn't be too damaging because that aura of invincibility is not there anymore. You can have an aura of nearly being really hard to defeat, almost impossible to defeat, someone like Brock Lesnar, but deep down they are beatable. And if they do get defeated, there's a way back for them. I genuinely think an undefeated streak can be one of the most harmful things to a wrestling character because you can only book them a certain way until they've got that defeat.
Oh yeah, they've done it. They do it with all the big guys who had to bring in. They do it with Romano, They did it with Ryback, they did it with countless others.
But it can really be damaging for them as well because once they've lost that momentum, it's like, well, what do you do from here? Whereas if you can get them to the point where they do have they look strong, but they maybe they tap out or they pass out or something like that. When you lose that undefeated streak, they can still look strong. Even from a fuck finish. If you take the undefeated streak away, you can't turn around and say, right, leave it as a fuck finish. In the rest of the history books, it says they've been defeated. You can book them to lose, and it's like, oh, it's not his first defeat, so it's not so earth-shattering. I'm genuinely not a fan of undefeated streaks. Because, like I said, for that reason, for the reason of Bianca Belair, where it's now got to the point where she can be booked to lose now, thankfully, but because she's gone through the whole division, there was nowhere else for her to go except for the belt, even though she's not ready. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on it. But yeah, for what it was a passable match. And I would give it the same score as the Matt Riddle match, which will be a 2.5 because it's served. That's it was slightly better than the TV match.
I'm gonna go 2. Just didn't enjoy it.
That's fair enough. Because it's not for everyone. I mean, Bianca Belair, it was just one of them things. Last but not least on TakeOver, we have the main event, which was Aleister Black versus Ciampa. Great match. Lots of false finishes.
Let me just grab the results.
He's grabbing his results because I think he needs...
I've watched it. I was in between doing other stuff as well with this one.
Right. So it was a good match. Good little bit of improv, which must have been a small theme for the week for the two shows. It's been a certain few wrestlers. The improv that I did like was Aleister Black slipping. If you noticed on the water.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, and they used it to the point where obviously Ciampa saw it, and they must have had a bit of a communication between themselves at the last minute to make it believable that obviously because of the slip, he didn't get back to the ring quick enough. To which point then Ciampa countered because of the slip.
Right.
Which was fucking fantastic because it covered up the mistake. So really, 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 really impressed by that. But yeah, it was a good match. Like I say, a lot of back and forth. It was at one point anyone could have won it. You just waiting for the 3 count. Yeah, I can't fault it. Again, it was a good match. It wasn't as good as Ricochet Gargano, but it was up there. Cracking match, it really was, and I enjoyed the storytelling of of him taking out Aleister Black's knee to take out the Black Mass.
Yeah.
And obviously Aleister Black wanted the title that much that he was willing to use the Black Mass even though it hurt him. But because he did use the Black Mass and because of his injury, he couldn't capitalise on it. So yeah, I enjoyed that aspect of the match as well. So yeah, really enjoyed it.
It was good from what I saw. It was problem is it was one of them. It's like you knew who was gonna win.
Yeah, it was clear.
Because if anything, I think Tommaso is he might lose it at the next takeover.
Yeah, because I think he's coming up. He's going to come up with Gargano. I'm telling you now. He's going to come up with they're going to be a tag team, but also capable of going off on their own.
Yeah. So, because I think it's going to lead to like Ricochet, Ciampa at the next takeover. And
you think Ricochet? Yeah, because now Ricochet's lost the belt. He's freed him up for the NXT title, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And that for me, that's the natural progression, I think.
So.
Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, what would you give this match out of 5? I'd go with a 4.5 again.
Yeah, I'd go 4.5.
Yeah, between 4 and 4.5, would say would be fair. So yeah, cracking match. So yeah, overall, great show. 4 out of 5 overall, I would say.
Yeah. I'll go with that.
So it's a nice bit of pacing, I suppose, when you're talking about fantastic match, meh match, fantastic match, meh, fantastic. So you're not waiting. It's not all the fantastic matches aren't in one big spot on in the card. So yeah, it's quite nice. You know when your piss breaks are, so you can do it. Not that you need a piss break for a 2-hour takeover. So yeah, after that we had the Royal Rumble. And we had the pre-show matches to begin with first. There was another pre-show match, wasn't there, that wasn't announced?
It was. I'm just trying to get the results.
It was Razor and somebody, wasn't it?
It was like Razor and Scott Dawson or something.
Yeah, versus can't remember who they were wrestling.
I'm just trying to get the results up.
Either way, they lost.
Oh, wait, just trying to get them kick-off results.
Yeah. You can tell we're prepared, by the way. But yeah, it was.
Bobby Roode and Chad Gable defeated Razor and Scott Dawson.
Absolutely. So yeah, there was that match. I didn't see that match, so there was that match. Did you see it?
I didn't watch any Rumble because I was working on a Monday.
Ah, right, okay.
I've not had a chance to catch up yet, so.
But you know the results, so.
Yeah.
So this will probably be quite brief. Next up, you had the US title match between Rusev and Nakamura.
Mm-hmm.
And they sold an angle which would be used later on in the night. Where Nakamura injured Lana, pushed her off the apron, hurt her leg. Rusev obviously, what's the word I'm looking for? Distracted by that, and then gets rolled up for the win. So Nakamura became your US champion. Notice the past tense. Because he's not the US champion anymore. Because on the last episode of SmackDown, he lost it to R-Truth.
Yep.
I'm assuming as a thank you for eating plates of shit for the last 7 years. So he's the US champion. Then obviously had a match with Rusev for the US belt straight after.
Mm.
And won that as well.
Well, hey.
So R-Truth is still your US champion, and he's already had a title defense. So fantastic. I think he deserves it. And the guy who is 47, who looks fucking 20 years younger, absolutely deserves it. The amount of work he's put in, the amount of shit he's had to eat. Good on the man. And I read someone online, I'm looking forward to the promo where he comes out saying he's proud to be the Intercontinental Champion. So yeah, that was that. The match was okay. It was nothing to write home about. 2 out of 5. You know, I was quite glad we're not going to get another phoned in US Championship, reign by Nakamura. But it does look like it's going to be a tag team forming between Rusev and Nakamura.
Oh, I gave up with this stuff.
With Nakamura.
Just stuff like this, like we're gonna have these guys feuding, and I'm gonna put them in a tag team together. Why? Because it's the right thing to do. It's like, is it?
Gigs. Just gigs. Yeah, just gigs. So next up then we had the Cruiserweight Championship match between Buddy Murphy, Kalisto, Hideo Itami and Tozawa.
Yep. Tawaza.
Yeah.
Tawaza.
And it was all right. It was a good match. Really good match. Buddy Murphy goes over again. Looks like a star. Yeah, he's gonna be on the main roster before long, Buddy Murphy. Well, technically he's on the main roster, but
it just shows what can happen when you actually have put someone who knows what they're doing in charge of the actual brand.
Yeah, exactly. And clearly he does know what he's doing, and yeah, it's fantastic. I'd say it was for a pre-show, not bad, about 3.5 out of 5. Really, really enjoyed it.
Well, considering that was, 2 hours worth?
Yeah, that was 2 hours worth. 3 matches in 2 hours for a pre-show. That's not too bad. Because obviously the pre-show is designed to build up the show. A bit of nattering, promos, this, that, and the other. So if you got 3 matches, and they weren't show-up matches either, that's not bad. I'll give it that. But then we go on to the main card.
Mm.
And first up was Becky Lynch versus Asuka.
Yeah.
And it was a good match. Just a shame about the finish.
Was it a fuck finish?
It wasn't a fuck finish, no. It was Becky Lynch tapped out to the Asuka lock.
Right.
Bearing in mind, at the time, she wasn't booked in to be in the Rumble storyline. So she didn't have a Rumble match spot. So she tapped out. She was the man. She tapped out to Asuka. Now, there is a bit of a problem with this booking because, spoiler alert, Becky Lynch wins the Rumble. But, and then on Raw, she challenges Ronda Rousey to the belt at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Now, Ronda Rousey is supposed to be this massive, formidable opponent that no women can beat. But she's just tapped out to Asuka on the same card.
Mm.
And you want that to be believable. That's a big problem. That is a big problem. So Asuka wins via armbar. The match itself was decent. Nothing really sticking out because obviously I've got no notes, so I'm a bit unprepared. But yeah, for what I remember, it was a good match. Nice opener. I'd give it, from what I remember, 3.5 out of 5. Yet again, it was a good match.
It's one of them. The 5-hour show length has put me off actually wanting to watch it.
Yeah, this is the problem with it being 5 hours. It's hard to remember some stuff. There's all that so much wrestling going on. It's hard to pick out stuff sometimes. Like for example, the running order. I'm struggling now to remember what went on after this.
You had the Miz and Shane McMahon versus The Bar.
Of course, yes, I remember. Yeah, this was surprisingly better than I expected. Much better than I expected. It was an actual proper match. They protected Shane in it, but at the same time they didn't. In a way. Do you know about the finish?
The shooting star press.
The shooting star press from Shane McMahon. I remember going up on Facebook and saying, and I quote, "My jaw has legitimately just gone through the floor." Shane McMahon doing a shooting star, and it was picture fucking perfect. We're talking Evan Bourne levels of like literal sort of perfect. Unbelievable. The Bar were the Bar. They did what they usually do. So yeah, it was a good match. I enjoyed it. I mean, I know some people are slagging it off, but I personally enjoyed it. So yeah, The Miz and Shane McMahon are your new tag team champions on SmackDown, which is 100% what we called, and 100% going to be leading to a heel turn.
That doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
No, but at the same time, they had a ceremony on SmackDown where they brought out Miz's father, where he said he was proud of him. Which I said that Shane McMahon was going to be the one that turns. I now think it's going to be The Miz that turns. So, yeah, we shall see. But yeah, it was a good match again. Like I say, hard to recall stuff because there was that much fucking wrestling going on. Yeah, it was a great match. I'd give it, from what I remember, because of the way I enjoyed it, I'd give it another 3.5 out of 3 or 4, maybe even a 4 out of 5. Maybe 3.5 actually. 4 might be a bit much. Yeah, 3.5 out of 5, I'd say. So next up, I'm thinking, was it the women's title match?
Yeah, Sasha Banks, Ronda Rousey.
Yes. Now then, it's proof, by the way, that how much Ronda Rousey can carry people in a match. She's, like I say, she's one of the most improved wrestlers of the year, easily.
Yeah.
Easily. She's done a fantastic job in her first year. But I'm going to give props to Sasha Banks. Now, obviously, Sasha Banks tapped out. But there was a moment, obviously, her finishing move is the bank statement. And she had a bit of a wardrobe malfunction in the middle of this match where the straps around one of her arms came loose. And it's obviously they were getting in the way. But instead of just fobbing it off while in the middle of the bank statement, what she decided to do was get part of her ring gear, pull it round Ronda Rousey's head so it was in her mouth, and pulled it towards her like it was like she was trying to garrote her. With her ring gear.
That's a second malfunction in as many weeks.
Yeah. But it looked fucking amazing. It actually added to the match. Like, it showed, like, do you know what? Sasha Banks is willing to do whatever it takes to win this match, even using her ring gear. So I really, really enjoyed it. And I mean, it's like, obviously, it's improv again.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the improv. I really enjoyed the match. It was actually not bad. It was quite short, about 9 minutes. But I enjoyed it. It was a fun little match. I'm going to give it, I think there's a theme for this. It's going to be another 3.5. Yeah, bang average. Slightly above average. So yeah, it was a good match. I enjoyed it. Obviously, like I say, Ronda Rousey retains, which leads us into the Women's Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
There we go. It was one of them. It shows how paper thin the women's roster is. There were no legends in it though this year. No Litas, no Trish Stratzes, no Tories, nobody like that. Yeah, it was all right. The women's Rumble. I mean, I've gone on record saying I'm a Rumble mark anyway. I like me a Rumble. But it was all right. It wasn't bad. I'm not saying it was a masterpiece of a Royal Rumble. It wasn't, but it did what it did. He had the Naomi stupid spot like you normally do, but then we had somebody else. I can't remember her name. It was a woman that won Ninja Warrior in America. She's on the card now. She's in a relationship with Ricochet.
Is it not is it Casey Catanzaro or something?
That's the one. She did like a spot where she landed on the floor. Yeah. And then she kind of like shuffled over, but her feet never touched the floor.
Mm.
I think she was on her hands and knees because she managed to go over to the ring on the apron with her feet, shuffled over to the corner post and like climbed up the corner post.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah, another spot monkey.
Yeah.
She's teeny tiny as well, so that's literally what she's going to be for. He's basically just to ragdoll around.
Mm-hmm.
But she did good. I'll give her that. She did good. It was better than last year's Rumble for the women, but that wouldn't say much because last year's Rumble was a fucking abomination. I think I remember going on Twitter to someone from Kevin Castle. I think it was to Kevin Castle of the DTKC show, saying that, come on. So he was slagging the Rumble off and I said, come on, it's got to be better than that. At least it's better than last year's abortion. And then as soon as I finished that, we had the spot where Maria stamped on Alicia Fox's hat. I was like, okay, I'll take it back. Because they're pointing at each other. They go, me, you, friend, we be Rumble friends. Then next thing you know, Alicia Fox turns her back and she stamps on her fucking hat. Why? Massive step back. But yeah, other than that, yeah, standard. There was nothing else of note really, apart from Charlotte Flair looking like a fucking psychopath.
I saw the picture.
Yeah, looks like an absolute psychopath. But why wouldn't you in the middle of a match?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really enjoyable. I mean, the narrative between Charlotte Flair and Becky obviously continues, builds up that storyline. But then obviously Becky wins the Rumble, but she gets in by Alana because Lana's kind of get down the ring with an injured ankle. She can't make it. Finley's there, so, trying to help her. And Becky comes out like, look, let me in. You've got 29 people in there. I could be your number 30. Let me in. And originally Finley's like, no, can't do it. Lana's insisted she can go, and then Finley just goes, fuck it, go on. And that's how Becky enters the Rumble.
Yeah.
And she ends up winning the fucking thing. So, yeah. So, as we know, we've already mentioned that she's already chosen Ronda Rousey.
Mm-hmm.
So, God knows what's going to happen with the SmackDown Women's Championship.
I think we'll have to see come Chamber.
Yeah.
See what they do there.
Because there's just been 2 Chamber matches announced. So, you've got the Women's Tag Team Chamber match.
Mm.
And SmackDown Championship match. The WWE Championship match has been announced between Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, Mustafa Ali. Who else is there? Jeff Hardy.
They've got a bloody thing. Is it? Yeah, Mustafa Ali's in it.
Yeah, he's in the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah. Right.
They think he's a million. I genuinely think that he's money. They think he is money.
He's got Daniel Bryan on his side, doesn't he, as well?
Yeah, this is true.
From what I've heard, like he's pushing for him to be like, he's like, God, this guy like he deserves a shot or whatever. So
yeah, but we're living in an age now though in wrestling where the heavyweight champion weighs less than the cruiserweight champion. Because Buddy Murphy's billed at 204, and Daniel Bryan is 190 something. And at the same time, you got Finn Balor, who's also 190 something, taking on Brock Lesnar. So it's one of those. But yeah, what I'm trying to figure out what match happened after the Rumble. I think we only had a few left.
AJ Daniel Bryan, yeah.
Yeah, AJ Daniel Bryan. Notice I didn't give a score for the Rumble. Because I don't know. All right, 3 out of 5. I'll give it that. There you go. AJ Daniel Bryan. Why is it when I get hyped up for an AJ Styles match, it's fucking awful? Why?
Good question.
Why? We had it at WrestleMania last year with Nakamura. Phoned in shit. This, again, phoned in shit. And not only that, Eric Rowan? Why?
Yeah, no idea.
Why? Is he still with the company? Clearly is. But like I've heard somebody say, he's one of them guys that can come in and do this role, and WWE at the end of the day can wipe their ass with him, and he'll come back asking for more.
Yeah, he's like the new Kane, isn't he, essentially?
Yeah, essentially. So, yeah, that's not... I wasn't a fan of this match at all. It was shit. It was utter shit. Did not like it. Oh, by the way, when I was thinking about it there, obviously the master of the cattle mutilation is Daniel Bryan. Asuka won her match with something that looked very similar to a cattle mutilation.
Oh, right.
It was like an Asuka lock, but sort of like modified to look like a cattle mutilation. But yeah, it was fun. Although that's another thing as well. The Sasha Banks bank statement is basically a glorified armbar. She did like an armbar, or someone did. I can't remember who it was. It was in that match, but it looked like their arm was about to fucking snap off. It looked like the shoulder had popped.
Because I thought the bank statement was a bit like it's a bit like Johnny Gargano's move, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm thinking I might be getting the name. It's definitely an armbar. I can't remember who it was. But someone did an armbar and it looked like their fucking shoulder was about to pop out. It was fucking grim.
All right.
I'm just going to have a look. It's on my Twitter. I don't use it that often, so it shouldn't be that far. So yeah, 1 minute, find my profile. So I'm going to look now here to see. Hang on. Oh, it was Sasha. It's there. Sasha did an armbar, and it looked like it was going to rip fucking Ronda Rousey's arm off. So it was fun. But yeah, AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, not a fan whatsoever. You know, especially due to a fuck finish as well at a Royal Rumble. Yeah. Not a fan. So I'm going to give it 1.5 out of 5. Not a fan at all. Next up, what did we have? Was it the
Lesnar Finn Balor?
Yeah. Lesnar Finn Balor. Wasn't bad. I mean, I don't remember paying much attention to this match, if I'm honest. For what I saw, though, it was all right. Finn Balor looked okay. Obviously, I'm starting to think, that Brock Lesnar has better matches with smaller guys. And when you think about it, they've been preparing him to wrestle smaller guys. He's wrestling like Rollins, who's not exactly small, but he's smaller than people like The Undertaker and things like that, who he has been wrestling.
Yeah.
He's had Daniel Bryan. He's had obviously AJ Styles. He's now had Finn Balor. It's like they're prepping him. So, but yeah, it was a good match. It was what it was. It was brief. About 9 minutes, I believe, or 8 minutes, something like that. Yeah, it was okay for what it was. 3.5 out of 5. Obviously, Lol Lesnar wins. So yeah, this was one of those, and it's going to be Lesnar Rollins at Mania.
Well, that's getting into the Rumble, isn't it?
Well, this is it, yeah, because we are into the Rumble now. Rollins did win, as predicted. No, did we predict?
You had Jeff Jarrett at number 2. No, we said Drew McIntyre.
Of course we did. Yeah. See, I did a competition. I was like, I put Rollins down to win for some reason. I've changed my mind at that point. But yeah, Jeff Jarrett at number 2 to fuck with Elias. Now Elias is heel. Why? He was face. He was over his shit. It was money. Why waste him?
No idea.
Oh, another talent is going to go to waste here.
Mm-hmm.
Yet again.
And the other bit of fuckery you forget with the men's rumble.
Oh.
Number 30.
Oh, yeah, that's a major bit of fuckery. Now, this is a massive talking point here, which we might, I don't know, because obviously this is the main event. R-Truth comes out to claim his prize for number 30, winning the Mixed Match Challenge. He's doing his rap and what have you. Now, guess who comes out? The face breaker herself, Nia fucking Jax. Now, last night I was like, well, not last night, but when I was watching the Rumble, I was like, ooh, okay. And they're going to take this seriously. I think they're going to do something with it because they are mentioning names that they don't normally mention before when they brought her up in the Rumble. They actually mentioned China on commentary. They mentioned China. If you are a betting man, I would put a tenner on China being in the Hall of Fame this year. The fact that they're willing to talk about China now.
Well, there's a campaign or something that's apparently gone viral in America, which is like China deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, and I think not TMZ, but some other news outlet in America's picked up and like, yeah, she should be in. Mm-hmm. So whether that's affected it or not, I don't know. But
well, end of the day, if they can have Sonny in there with a straight face and not remove her like they did someone like Hulk fucking Hogan, then why can't she be in the Hall of Fame? Because she did porn. You can't turn around and say, well, she did drugs as well, because you've got Sean Waltman in there as part of DX, whoever it is. I think Sean Waltman's in there, isn't he? Well,
possibly.
Yeah, possibly, but it's irrelevant anyway, because you've got people like fucking Jake the Snake Roberts in there, who was notorious for fucking drinking drugs. You've got Scott Hall and many other people who were notorious for taking drugs in the Hall of Fame. So either way, you can't. There's no argument. No argument whatsoever. Only reason she's not in the WWE right now is because it's Triple H's ex.
Yeah.
That is literally it. So, but yeah, she should be in the Hall of Fame. And if I was a betting man this year, she's going in now. She's going in this year. I'm not going to say she's going to be a headliner by any stretch of the imagination, but she'll be in there.
With the rumours the way to go, then the headline is going to be a lot bigger than China.
Yeah, it's going to be The Undertaker, isn't it?
From the sound of things.
Yeah, I think Taker should have stopped years ago. But now's the time. But yeah, we're digressing anyway. We were talking about the facebreaker entering the Rumble, and they were comparing it to people like Beth Phoenix and China and Karma. They didn't mention Karma though.
All right.
So they're willing to mention China, but not Karma.
Strange.
Yeah, it is a wee bit strange. But yeah, Yeah, she actually laid hands and eliminated 2 people, did she? Or was it just the one? I know she eliminated. Who did she eliminate? It was a smallish person.
Let's have a look.
Was it Kurt Hawkins she got rid of?
Everyone probably got rid of Kurt Hawkins, to be fair.
I don't think Kurt Hawkins was in it, actually. Or was it Mustafa Ali she got rid of?
Let's have a look.
She eliminated someone anyway.
Mustafa Ali. Yeah, Mustafa Ali was she eliminated.
Yeah, so she just picked him up and basically just threw him like a fucking dart. But then she obviously got a fencing on Rey Mysterio and Randy Orton of all people. And Dolph Ziggler. I mean, she Samoan dropped Dolph Ziggler.
Oh, right.
But yeah, then in the end, she ended up eating a zigzag. She ate a 619, and she ate an RKO before she got chucked out over the top rope. And you could hear people in the crowd like, holy shit. Rey Mysterio's all got a face on him like, what the fuck have I just done? You could see it. It was like, what the fuck have we done? Randy Orton's there smirking away. This is nothing new to Randy Orton. He's RKO bitches before.
Well, if she wants to get in the ring, Rey Mysterio's on 619 to a woman before.
Well, yeah, this is it. But the thing is, people complain that this is not why we teach people. We should be teaching people that men should be okay to hit women. She entered a male competition. If she wants to be equal standards, then she's going to get fucking smacked. What are people going to do? Jump over the top rope because there's a woman in there? If that's the case, every single winner of the Royal Rumble would be a woman.
Yeah.
So, go fuck you with your political agendas. Equal rights, motherfucker. And that includes getting punched in the face if you enter a combat sport, faux or real, that's intended for men. And what the big problem is as well is, why does the Women's Royal Rumble exist?
For the women.
For the women to take part in a Royal Rumble. Do you think this shit would have hit the fan if a man entered the Women's Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
So, as someone so eloquently put it in a massive rant that I heard, you don't see women NBA players playing in the men's NBA. You don't see women footballers playing women's football with the men. Because there's already a discipline or a sport there for that. Now, in the past, it could be booked and understood because there wasn't a women's rumble. But there is now. So, what was she going to win by winning this? The main event shot at WrestleMania. But the thing is, so what I can see happening is there's going to be an intergender match at WrestleMania.
You reckon?
I reckon there's going to be an intergender match at WrestleMania, or at least a tag match at WrestleMania. Because Tamina Snuka's also sort of getting involved now as well.
All right. Because
Dean Ambrose was supposed to be doing a promo, and Nia Jax came out with Tamina, and they stared her down. And she was going to go for. She was squaring up to Dean Ambrose. And now normally, obviously in that situation, they would back away, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
But then obviously, I think Nia Jax slapped him, and then it all started going like he was going to proper whack her one.
Yeah.
So there's going to be something happening, whether it's Dean Ambrose, and that's probably the way of him eating a plate of shit on the way out, because apparently the rumours are that WWE have put a statement out that he's done with the company. But I think that's storyline. I think he wants time off. So that's what I genuinely think, and I think they're going to work that into the reason. One of the reasons why he's leaving is because he's booked to wrestle Nia Jax at WrestleMania.
Well, a few people, like one guy at training was asking me last night, he's like, "Oh, do you think it's a work then, the whole like thing you're leaving?" It's like,
fuck knows.
I don't know. It seems weird how they've actually announced it. Like Dean Ambrose, then in brackets, Jonathan Good is leaving after his contract finishes in April after WrestleMania. Yeah. So, well,
come on AEW, sign me.
Well, like we were saying, I think we were discussing last night on the group chat, is like if anyone's going to go anywhere, it's going to be either work the Indies and do like what Cody Rhodes did.
Yep.
Or he's going to join he's either going to go back to so if he does the Indies, he can do like GCW, CCW, all that sort of thing.
Aye.
Or he's going to go to like AEW, maybe ROH.
Yeah, there is that.
So.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. Tell you what I do see happening. I see Nia Jax winning the Intercontinental title. I genuinely see that. Obviously, someone's going to have to take it off Lashley at some point. I think someone like, I don't know. I reckon Dean Ambrose is going to get the belt back, and it's going to be him. But we'll see. That's me wishful thinking. It's just I don't know evidence. I've got nothing like that. That's just what I'm thinking. And the seeds have been planted. And Intercontinental at the minute is Dean's level, so that would make sense. And I wouldn't be shocked if it happened at WrestleMania as a title match. I would not be shocked.
I'll be pissed off if it does.
Yeah, I will be as well, but I can see it happening because, WWE like to fillet themselves and say, look, we're equal opportunities, so it's one of them. But yeah, as for the Rumble itself, it weren't bad. Nia Jax was unexpected, but it was fun. I think we were expecting a female to enter the Rumble. Just didn't think it was going to be, the men's Rumble. We just thought it was going to be Becky Lynch, which pissed on everyone's bonfire when she won the women's Rumble.
Yeah.
So it's one of them. Overall, the Rumble was okay. It was just nothing really stood out apart from Jarrett getting smashed in the head, which is always fun to see. Yeah, I'd give it a massive 2 out of 5 because it was a nothing burger apart from Rollins winning, clearly. That's it. Overall, pay-per-view, 3 out of 5. I think for historical reasons and to keep hold of the storyline, you need to watch the Rumbles. And I think you could probably get away with not watching anything else, if I'm honest.
I might wait till the timestamp it then.
Yeah. I'd watch the Rumble. I'd watch the Rumbles. That's it, just so you're up to speed what's going on with the titles. There's no titles really changed hands apart from the pre-show. Everyone retained, apart from the tag belts. In fact, it might be worth watching the tag match between Shane and Miz versus the Bar. That might be worth a watch, but I wouldn't study it. I'd just give it a once over and that'll be it. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Royal Rumble. So yeah, watch it when you've got time. Don't go out your way, basically. So on that note, I think we should wrap up because we've been talking now for a good solid 2 hours 20 nearly, and next to no preparation. That's actually really good going. Because you had 20 minutes notice as well.
Well, I was ready for yesterday, then I woke up, saw your message saying I've got to cancel till tomorrow. So I was like, I'll go back to sleep then.
Yeah, because I had shit to do yesterday. We would have done this show yesterday, but, I'd sort out hopefully getting a new date for the wedding. So, a cheaper date. So, all being well. I'm hungry. I need to get some dinner. So at this point, I'm going to wrap up because we are recording in the early afternoon now. So we started in the morning. It's now early afternoon. So yeah. So do you want to give yourself some plugs? Well, it's our plugs now.
If you want to hear more of myself, you can find me on the Lost Art of Podcasting. Find us on all good podcast places: iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, the usual. We're on Facebook, Lost Art Podcast, and Twitter at Lost Art Podcast. Instagram, Lost Art Podcasting. You can also find us on the Lost Art of Wrestling Podcast, which is at LAOW Podcast on Twitter, also on Facebook at Lost Art of Wrestling.
Yep, and you'll hear these on R.A.D. and Lost Art of Wrestling, so... Yeah, but yes, you can find us, R.A.D. Live, or R.A.D. Podcast, on Twitter at UK R.A.D. Podcast. We are on Facebook. Just look for UK R.A.D. Podcast, or R.A.D. Live, as it is at the minute. We're on Spreaker, iTunes, I believe, still, aren't we, Coxy?
Yeah.
You'll know more about where we're appearing.
I forgot I didn't realise we weren't actually on Stitcher. I didn't realise we weren't actually on Spreaker. Stitcher. R.A.D. wasn't on Stitcher since we moved over to a new thing.
I think I've got about 3 listeners on the Stitcher anyway, so...
Well, I resubmitted it yesterday, so the new feed is up on there now.
Fantastic. So, yeah, you'll find us on Stitcher now. But we're on iTunes. We're on... Is it iHeartRadio?
Yep.
We should be on Spotify as well.
Yep.
I'm trying to think if there's anywhere else we've not said. Google Podcasts, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, most places we're going to be. So, you'll hear us at some point. Also, while I remember, quick plug to Gunpowder, Treason, No Plot. They're a real, an actual play D&D 5th era podcast. And it's a lot of fun. Give it a listen. You can find them at Treason No. And they've got their character names as well, which I can't remember their handles. But I know
each character's it's Rogar, GTNP.
Sophia GTMP and Tommy GTMP.
Yeah.
But the main DM, the main Twitter is Treason No. At Treason No. But there's also everyone's favourite Betrayer's Twitter account. It's at Steve GTNP. Also Steve the Betrayer. He's been having some weird dreams of late. Not quite sure what they mean. All I was going to say is I think he's a changed man, but no one knows how. Even Steve. So he's coming. We just don't know when. So Tommy, be scared, because Steve thinks you're a cunt. TFG loves you, but Steve's a cunt. And on that note, we're leaving. I need to get some food.
So do I.
Yes, absolutely. Right, so I've been Paul the Flaming Grill Flinders.
I've been Coxy.
And you've been listening to the R.A.D. Live podcast or Lost Art of Wrestling podcast, whichever one you listen to us at this moment in time. Whichever. Thank you for listening. Thank you, and see you next time. Bye.
Bye.